I'm gonna grow a mustache. You gonna see me 1 month after with a mustache. No, I tried growing a mustache in the past. Like, it was really bad. I have like so little testosterone. It feels bad.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to 20 Minute Tea with Preppy Asher and
Uncle C. I can't clap.
we're actually doing a Skype call right now, and it's about 11 o'clock on a Monday. On 20 Minutes Tea, we talk about break brain stuff under 20 minutes. Obviously, we have I don't think we can do 20 minutes anymore because we are getting so involved in the whole talking thingy. On 20 Minutes Tea, we talk about break brain stuff under 20 minutes about one of the topics of adulting and passioning. Adulting in the sense of our transition from teenhood to adult, and passioning about the topics of design and hustle. In this episode, we actually we are tying up. This is a kind of an epilogue and final thoughts on season 1. What did we talk about, Clayton?
We talk about humble shit.
We kind of share about our final thoughts and our final messages about what was season 1 about, and what do we hope that we actually what was our intended impact of season 1. It's just a big thank you to you guys for really joining us for this journey of season 1. And also, we also talk a little bit about what are we going to do in season 2 with the new coronavirus situation of the lockdown. There are new opportunities and potentials that abound. So do stay tuned. We might actually be releasing something interesting and new with this stay home version of 20 Minute Tea. Not cafe hopping, but I don't know. We'll see what happens, and we'll see how it goes from here on out. Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in to 20 Minute Tea, especially all you faithful 20 over listeners, 20 plus listeners that have actually been my friends who have just been tuning in. Props to you guys, and thank you guys so much for listening to us rant and ramble. And what would you say, Clayton?
Uncle C. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Yeah, so thank you guys
so much. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Here is
double times.
Here is the episode and the epilogue of
elbow claps.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Oh yeah, I devised a plan. I know I'm gonna do this lockdown, this transformation time. Okay, I'm gonna grow a mustache. You gonna see me 1 month after with a mustache. No, I tried growing a mustache in the past. It was really bad. I have so little testosterone. It feels bad.
Yeah.
It just grows like this.
No,
pedo mustache.
I was actually noticing it because you also did have it as well.
Really?
Yeah, I can see a bit. Yeah, and also I don't know. I don't know. I might or might not.
No, but
I don't think we can.
Full blonde.
I don't think we can.
The Chinese mustache.
Yeah.
The Chinese mustache.
Yeah.
The old man Chinese mustache. Yeah. I want that.
I don't think we can do that. I don't think we can do that.
I'm gonna commit to it. It's a month and some more, So let's try it.
So Clayton, what do you think about season 1 of 20 Minute Tea?
Honestly, it's been eye-opening though. I get to see more of you. So that's first of all. So we actually build a relationship.
Okay.
Second of all,
okay.
I get to see into the mind of Asher, what Asher thinks like. And then from the way I talk, I understand myself more because you're listening to yourself, and that's the biggest part about it. When you listen to yourself, it's so much more eye-opening. You can always learn from other people, and that's the default way of learning, but learning from yourself is actually taking a step back and listening to your own voice and recordings, and that's wild to actually understand,
I think I am purposefully not saying yes to everything you say.
Yeah, I know. I even through a voice recording with one of my supervisors, we're doing work, right? She's explaining everything, so and I catch everything she says, right? So I'm yeah, okay, yeah. Every single second I'm wow, can I shut the fuck up, please? Yeah,
I think we both have learned a lot how to behave ourselves. Because we're so used to
ourselves.
Right. It's because we're so used to being very spontaneous or very, very kinetic But then after that, when you have to learn how yourself to really like control and really ponder, so that is also an experience that you are framing for somebody else. So I think that's.
I feel like why it's so like oh my gosh for us is because we are. I think we can both agree we are like big time thinkers. We always go inside ourselves and then start thinking. So when you start thinking yourself, it's a one-way conversation.
Right.
When you think, we talk with other people, it's a two-way conversation, and then from the two-way conversation, you're seeing it on tape. So like you're like, oh, that's me, and then you go back to the one point conversation where you're thinking about a 2-point conversation. So it's like this inception kind of thing. And that's curious, and that's really fun to like go into stuff. It's like every week you learn something about yourself, and every week you break down yourself again and again, and you try to learn and try to improve your.
Let's look at like the 5 episodes that we have actually covered in 20 minutes. Episode 1, what was episode 1? Let's look through each of them.
Episode 1 was us panicking for a little bit, and then we realized, hey, it's not that bad. It's like we actually went over time.
Okay, so episode 1 was called Seasons of Growth. We titled it Seasons of Growth. I think it was an interesting like opener kind of thing. Opener season 1, Seasons of Growth. Number 2 was Problems in Perspective. We featured Simran.
Yeah.
We talked about hard teammates and stuff like that. What else did we talk about in that one?
I think it was Simran talking about her. What do you get Simran to talk about? Simran also talked about her. Shahid. Simran also talked about Shahid.
Okay. So Problems in Perspective was episode 2. Then episode 3 was Expectations and Experience.
Yeah.
We were talking about our first impressions of what was that? Internship. What else did we talk about?
And we talked about the chicks in the area.
that was you.
Yeah, okay. Not we, but I.
And then after that, episode 4 was the longest one that we did. We talked about overthinking and overdone, which was part 1, and part 2 was hit talk and hard talk. In this episode, we featured Ivan. Yep.
Yeah.
So very, very nice to have Ivan on. He's very he's always like commenting like, oh, very like he really likes to be on the podcast.
I think he has nothing else to do on Instagram. That's why he comes to find you. Oh my gosh, fire. I see him like on every like if it's a friend that uploads and stuff, he always goes like lit and then he puts like the fire emoji. Right. He's those kind of commenter. It's funny as fuck.
And then after that, the final episode where you weren't able to join us, we featured Justin and Duraka, Idealism and Identity, where we talked about what did we talk about? From your perspective, what do you think we were talking about? You only listened, right?
Honestly, I felt like Justin. It was Justin talking most of the time, and then you were like, "Tell me more, Justin. Tell me more about myself." And then Justin's like, "Okay, chill, man." And then after Justin said like talk about I mean he does things in a very alpha way, and I really like it a lot.
Yes.
Like he breaks down leadership in a very, very alpha manner. And then Duraka's just on the side, ayo. And then that's it. That's what I learned from the place. Yeah, but it was just a lot of dynamics between the drama of like how SD works and stuff.
Okay. What do you think about SD?
I learned about, it was not SD, but I learned a lot about you from Justin, because I didn't know that you were like super like high up and egotistical back then, dude. I thought it was just regular Asher now, regular Asher then. But apparently when it comes down to like work and like how you treat your works and stuff, you were like on that chair, on like very high chair, and I'm like, wow, I never thought of Asher in that way kind of sense. So
I think
maybe
also,
looks can be deceiving.
It was also because like I only got to know you like when like only at the beginning of this year more, right? Like when we were doing FMO together.
FMO, correct. FMO.
Wait, that was last year. Wow.
Dude, you're f***ing old, man. Shit.
Right? It was like at the beginning. It was the beginning of last year. Yikes.
I don't want. Dude, we're gonna graduate like in 8 months, man.
It's so
That's
sad, you know.
cool.
Like they're not gonna have any graduation.
Oh,
I don't know whether we also can get any graduation because my brother Isaac.
No.
No,
we're not gonna think about it. We're not gonna think about it.
No, okay. Hear me out. Corona, right? It's also it might also last until like for a few years, you know. Here, because right, now it's in the northern hemisphere. Yes, northern hemisphere, right? Now it's cooler, right? Then after that, when the summer comes, right? Then after that, it's gonna be at the bottom. The lower hemisphere is gonna be cooler. Then after that, the virus will migrate down, and then it'll go back up again, and then down, and then up, and then down. And
the virus likes cold. Oh yeah.
It likes cold because it's the hot that kills it.
You see, what I propose is, if you elect me as president, I'll put a wall straight between the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, and no coronavirus will flow through. That's how it works.
Ayo. There's so many things to talk about for coronavirus.
You talk to your family about this kind of stuff? You talk to your family about this kind of stuff?
Yeah, we do. Actually,
suffering.
Okay. At this point, I think it's going to be very interesting to segue into where 20-minute tea is going. So I was thinking about this thing together with my brother Isaac. And the thing with Isaac and I is that we have very, very interesting conversations. So Isaac is let me just tell you a little bit more about Isaac. He's also like me. We're very passionate individuals who like really go all obsessed or really like go all out to like find information, knowledge, or like to satisfy our passion. For me, it's design for like talking about society, social kinds of things, social science, and I don't know, art and stuff like that, right? And then after that, for him, it's a little bit different. He's very passionate about biology. He's very passionate about music. He's very passionate about language, construction of like sentences and English and this kind of thing. He's like done like what Spanish, French. Yeah, and he studies all these things for fun, lah. Right?
Damn,
Yeah.
That's some professor dude.
Yeah. And whatever he learns, right? And then after that, we have these conversations in the living room, where he will like just on a whim, he'll just share a new like discovery that he came up with, or he found about, like maybe he'll talk about like a certain muscle, and then after that, this muscle does this, or like there's this plant that does this, so that it can survive in this kind of situation, And then after that, I'll be like, hey, that's very interesting. And then after that, I say, what if? Then after that, I bring my design thinking and interbreed with whatever.
That's crossbreeding.
That's
really cool.
Yeah. And that's a very cool thing because it's all like about the cycle, you know, of like the marriage between engineering, science, design, art, and all these things all are intertwined. And when you have system thinking, there's so many new possibilities for seeing interesting juxtaposition, similarities, and where all these ideas can interbreed, and and ideas from science can also come into systems of design, maybe architecture, maybe the way certain programs or systems are run. So the thing that I actually have this very cool idea is that I'm thinking of doing 20-minute tea with Isaac.
Yo, that's a thesis, dude. That's a TEDx talk, man. That's a full TEDx talk.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking that we could do is that like whatever like he wants to talk about, he will talk about it first, and then after that I will like respond to it, and then after that I will riff off that, which I find to be like what I can do. I feel like all the episodes that you came up with the title, or you came up with the theme, right? I tend to do better because I can listen and then I can respond. I can't like if I were to start everything, right, then it'll just be going, and then I'll just be dominating the whole thing.
It's an Asher thesis.
Yeah. So I feel like it's gonna be very interesting if we can have 20-minute tea. And it's because like I'm at home all the time anyway. It's gonna shift from social sciences, which I feel like it's a theme of this first season. But now the theme is gonna shift to more of like design and art and like science and those kind of things, and looking at new ways of seeing things. Yeah.
Dude, I'm down for it, dude. I mean, what I'm hearing now is pretty. If I was like educational woke guy, I will actually sit down and listen to that, because
Right.
it's the theory that you mentioned again, that new ideas come from crossbreeding previous known ideas. And that is something I really subscribe to now, especially when I heard it like the first time during that coffee session. So like, oh shit, that actually makes sense now.
Yeah. And for me, I mean, for the most part, I myself enjoy it a lot because I learn so much from him. And then after that, he himself also says he learns quite a lot from me, and that's why we kind of have that. I think when you start to hear him also, you also find something very, very interesting to take away, and like interesting similarities and things that we all can learn from each other. And I feel like this is also one thing that I also want to encourage, even in the greater scheme of things, for which I want to propagate a certain message that if we are open-minded enough, we can learn from anybody and everybody. Not just dependent on like, we came from the same background or we learn the same things.
Right.
But instead, anybody can also influence and inform our future kinds of projects. The
point was that if you talk with people of the same kind, you get to mesh with them so much more better.
Right.
But like,
Right.
I think it gets boring over time because you both have a mutual understanding of what each other starts thinking about.
Right.
And you never learn anything else. So if you actually like look outwards and then crossbreed with other people as well, with people with other subscriptions of how they think and how their ideologies work,
Right.
that is a simple way to just brighten up your life and like expand your horizons kind of thing.
This is a very interesting thing because like I was just talking to my brother Isaac, and then after that we were also like just reflecting on like the way we also developed our own passions. And then after that, we came up with the conclusion that actually both of us are actually chasing the same thing. And the same thing is we are chasing beauty. Beauty in the world.
Oh.
But just the difference is I have a certain eye that sees a certain type of beauty. He has a certain type of eye that sees another kind of beauty.
But isn't that, that makes so much sense,
Right.
but isn't that what passion actually means? You have a beauty to look at something else. If you like writing, there's a beauty in seeing your conversations flow.
Yeah.
If you like screenplays, there's a beauty in seeing how things animate and move on the screen.
Yeah.
So it's
And
if you like watches, you have a beauty for looking at circular objects with straps on them. You know?
And I think it's so cool because like I really do want to inspire more people to like be like my brother and like us, like we individuals with a lot of drive or like have a place to go, you know. And I feel like that might be something that might be lacking in the spaces that we find around ourselves in some of our peers that might not have that certain eye to see that beauty. And I want to enable or help more people to see beauty in the world. Right.
That make me so much more woke. Passion is just a beauty. It's what you deem as beautiful and what you want to chase because it's beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
That's cool as hell.
And if people like the way I talk, Isaac is much better because he's much more funny.
Asher times 2.
No.
Asher times 2.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So yeah. And he's very knowledgeable about like many different types of things. And I'm like, every day.
Asher
like,
Fango, dude. Asher Fango.
Yeah, this is just my house. My home has a lot of talented and skilled people. Right?
That's kind of admirable to look at your brother that way, dude. That's pretty cool.
Really cool stuff. Woo! 20
Cool sauce,
Minute Tea
cool beans.
Season 2 featuring Isaac.
Big hype.
Oh.
Big hype. If you want like 60 IQ, additional 60 IQ, not 60 IQ. Join 20 Minute Tea Season 2 with Isaac and Asher. Your Asher special.
So cool.
Juicy
I don't know,
sauce.
man. If nobody listens to it, I'm fine. But I think the thought experiment.
Even if like
itself
one
is so
person,
cool.
which is me, listens to it, right? At least you still had the conversation that you put out there. You know? So when you come back and then you're like, your daddy did this once, and then you show them that stuff. they'd be like, holy shit, my dad's woke, kind of thing. And then you might never know that it might be a Harvard professor next time, and you're gonna revise that.
I think like when an individual is passionate, like both of us, we are very, very passionate. When you have a passion, you really do want to share it. You know, it's a natural kind of, it's a cycle.
That's the point, dude. That's the point. There's a inclination to educate from your passion, kind of thing. If you have so much passion, you cannot keep it to yourself.
Right. And then the more you share it, the more
Yeah.
more you also like feed those flames of passion. And that's what we want to do, and what we want to generate within our social space.
Keeping people woke.
Yeah.
Keeping people woke. Are you woke, Asher?
I hope so, but it's a journey, you know. It's not a thing you can turn on, but it's a state of mind that you build. We're starting to have the same vocabulary.
I don't want to talk like Asher. That's the worst thing that happened.
I think it's very interesting because as we also like have are also shifting the whole meaning of the podcast, of this podcast. Like, okay, I'm gonna change the tagline. Not the tagline. Like what was it? 4 hearts, big brains, and 1 cuddles. That one's still staying. But 20-minute tea, adulting, and designing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Instead of passion.
At the very start we didn't want to say it about design.
No, but it is design. I think when I frame it as design, I feel like it also does like click with a lot more people. Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah, that's why, because like most of my audience also is like designers also, so it's like, yeah, it's just, I feel it's a logical thing to say instead of passion in, because adult and passion.
The word is association.
Yeah. No,
I got you, man. I got you.
But like, I feel like adult and passion just doesn't look right.
Adult and passion. Oh yeah. It doesn't look right because it's not what you see in society. But
yeah.
If an adult has passion, he's probably a millionaire. You know.
Yeah,
he's living the richest life out there.
Yeah. I think it's also interesting because then I feel like we're gonna be able to talk about more things again, and unlock another side of like ideas again, because the whole first season was about like people, right? What was your biggest summary? Okay, so like to summarize season 1, what would you say it was about?
Let me give a hard think about this. Honestly, season 1 is getting, if I felt in my perspective, is getting to know myself better. It's very selfish of me to say that,
right?
But it's just a lot of what I've been thinking of how society works,
right? How
I work in society,
right?
And how people think about society, which is your insights and like Ivan's insights and like other people's insights as well.
Right.
Because my initial goal was for 20-minute tea was that I wanted to share what was on my mind. And what's on my mind usually nowadays is mostly about social situations, of how I can present myself better and how I can be the best man I can be. So
right.
That was just me trying to explore and see how much I know about myself through 20-minute tea. So, and then get your insights about it. Yeah.
Right. And I feel like both of us have really also started to also be able to implement those kinds of thought into many kinds of situations as we also evolve in the new spaces that we have also gone into, like new social spaces. I felt for me, right, it also has helped me to become more sensitive also when I went to internship. In the first, for us, we've both gone for internship for 1 month already. This is 1 month on into the internship, and like for me,
it's been 1 month, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's been 1 month already.
Time flies, man.
Yeah, and for me, like I also like I do get also like certain experiences that I have to also take some time to process a bit, to like, hey, why did this person like do this in this way, or like how do we understand the behaviorisms, or like the certain like front end of people, and then try to understand and contextualize their behavior by understanding their past, and trying to like, and then when you think about that, I feel like I can also be able to it makes more sense, and I don't take it too hard. Yeah. So and it has actually helped me quite a few times, for especially after season 1. During the production of season 1. Yeah. yeah, that's my growth. I feel. Like, oh, what's your growth? I mean, obviously you said already, and a lot of like.
My growth was just
one.
what you already mentioned, is that it's a mirror. When you look at yourself again, you learn more than 1,000 words can speak. You learn about smaller behavioral patterns. You learn about, I mean, like the things like you keep yeah, there's a small behavioral pattern. Even like physical body language, even the way your body and your sort of facial expressions react to what a person says, and then how that changes the dynamic of what a person thinks of themselves afterwards, and how they would present themselves after you present that body language. So it's small little social cues like that that actually you can learn about yourself, especially when you see yourself on screen. It's actually like a mirror.
Right. Okay, like we said in season 1. In episode 1, we were saying like it's kind of like Casey Neistat, and after that he after like making vlogs for like years and years, and after that he also like his own character also evolved through the whole thing. And I think this is also a very interesting practice for, and anybody can also keep when you also start to create your own content. Yeah.
So I'm gonna look back at this. I'm gonna tell my kids, yo, your dad was a hit dude, man. He started a show with his friend named Asher.
Yeah, man, it's so cool. I don't know, I feel like when we come back, I don't know, after season 2, right, and after I finish with my brother, I don't know how many episodes I need to discuss with him how many we want to do together. And also probably it's only because like, I mean, it's obviously because we're at home, and then I feel like I want to just make use of the situation, or I don't want it to go to waste. And there's so many opportunities, and I just want to capture all these moments, because this is, I feel like this period of time is the coronavirus and the quarantine situation. It's
actually making lemons out of lemonades, because you're stuck in there.
Yeah. And there's so many opportunities and so many things that we can do. So don't let all these opportunities pass. I think that's my message for everybody for today. It's like be spontaneous, like Clayton and I. Like we have also like, we took the opportunity, we were on holidays, and then after that we were just very, very spontaneous, and then after that it has resulted in so many opportunities to learn so many new things, and we've honed so many skills.
Actually, who thought of just this outing on a holiday, not outing, but just mandate on a holiday will actually inspire so much change, inspire so much, I wouldn't say correction, but just like reflection on yourself on a physical screen.
And then after that we have grown so much, and within a short period of time,
it's kind of surreal to know it.
1 month. 1 month. Yeah.
1 month we stopped learning how to do you know, we just start learning to
So I think like talking, like it's very, very ironic, and I feel it's very, very apt that we titled season 1. We can title it Seasons of Growth, as in the fact that we are talking about how we grew, and then in the process now we conclude with we actually grew in that process of talking about how we grew. It's like growth inception.
Wow, that was
inception.
Like Pluto lined up on that line. There's some woke stuff. There's destiny, you know. You gotta. Something gets thrown your way, and then you're like, let's see what this goes, and then you actually, wow, this went pretty good.
Yeah.
You should always take opportunities to your hands, you know.
Yeah. What is your message to the world?
I just like to thank this opportunity for Asher for standing me up, for putting me on the show, because I learned so much about myself. Nah, but for real though, I mean, like, it's kind of humbling now to know that this is a real moment where, damn, I've grown so much just because of this show, you know. And
don't cry.
It actually opens. No, I'm not doing. I'm not gonna cry. But it's just that you could, if I've never went through this experience, right, I would have never known that I reacted and acted in this way, and I could have never corrected it in my life.
Right.
So if you think about this opportunity, this 1 month solved like a myriad of, I guess, character issues that I didn't know. I mean, you brought up that I swore a lot, so that's gonna be my new month resolution. But you get the point. I just learned so much about myself, and it's surreal. Everyone says that I learned so much about myself. Is the most cliche thing to actually say, but cliche things are actually true because they relate to the very human inside of you. And
Right.
yeah, this season 1, where I've been on the show, I would really like to say, dang, it actually changed me a lot. And it's not like slow growth; it's like really rapid growth because.
Right. It's very confrontational, I felt. Like we were very, very confrontational with ourselves and with our friends and with like the situations that were happening around us. And I felt, with this very, very like aggressive approach, right? I think it did also like make us more
a point I like to bring up,
aware.
right, is that we always think about ourselves and then like critique ourselves in some way or form.
Right.
But the degree of critique that we can do on ourselves are not that good because there's always an ego holding us back. Like, we only did this because of this and X and X and X.
Right.
But when it's something hard on the screen, when you actually see yourself doing it and you see how the social play acts out on screen, you can't say anything else. Your ego can't say anything else about that, and that's a very, 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 very hard to critique for you. You learn so much from that.
I feel like the greatest sign of growth is when you start to cringe at yourself. Right?
That is so true because like, oh my god, year 1 Clayton.
Yeah.
Year 1 Clayton.
No, I feel like even like me listening to episode 1 is already very cringe.
Right.
It's already so cringe. Oh,
that should be a like measure of
success.
Growth. Measure of success and how much growth you have in 2020.
Yeah. So strive to have discomfort and to find that cringe.
Right.
Find that cringe again. Yeah.
Take opportunities by the balls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh man.
That's good.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Actually, what about your experience though? I want to know about your experience. Like,
what is my
what has it
final
done towards
message?
you?
What is my final message for season 1? A closing thoughts for
damn, I didn't
season
even
1.
give a message.
Yeah, okay. Come on, say one.
Okay. The message is that it's not about me because I don't want to make it selfish. But I want to make it selfish. It's about me now. But for any of the viewers out there, I mean, since it's a show where everyone has to talk about viewers, right? It's also kind of a surreal moment that you guys take your time out of your day to actually spend and you're actually interested in listening to these two guys talk about whatever they're talking about, no matter the subject kind of thing. And just the idea of dedicating time towards someone or like our show, it's pretty fucking cool, dude, you know?
I feel like when we're talking about growth and when we're talking about our own journey of trying to mature and stuff like that, there are those times that we also do devolve and like we make mistakes and we do things that we aren't really proud of, and like we know we're doing the wrong thing, and then when we reflect about it, it's like we regret doing certain things. Like even in this process of like going through 1 month of like talking about growing and talking about like doing better and being a better person, there also been those times that I also like shouldn't have done certain things, and like I felt like I could actually have done certain things better, and
do you regret things?
All the time. I think especially
like on the show.
On the show.
You say some things that you're like, oh.
Yeah. I guess I could have said certain things better, and I felt like some of the tones that I when if you just hear it, right, it sounds like I was like attacking like you or something.
Oh man.
But it never was that kind of thing.
No, but if you didn't attack me, you didn't attack me. But if you didn't attack me, you wouldn't have learned that.
It's might come across that
right.
It might
exactly.
come across wrong lah. Yeah. So and I feel like, and then it has also helped me gain a better, like you said, obviously we all gain a better awareness of ourselves. And I feel like that's a lesson that anybody and everybody should learn also, is to when you reflect about it and when you know that you did wrong, I feel like it's always on your own onus after that to really take ownership of that behavior and do something about it, you know. And to when you fail, you just got to pick yourself back up. And I feel like that's the only way anybody can grow and anybody can mature. It's not about being aware. It's not about being very analytical. It's not about having like, oh, I'm very smart. Oh, I know how people think. But it's about taking action, you know. And that's when we all can really make a difference in the spaces and the friends and the people and all the experiences that we have with anybody and everybody. So what my message is to people is just to do something about it. Just do it.
I feel it's a blessing for us to have this platform to make mistakes on.
Yes.
Because the platforms are like on this platform it's recorded and it's shown back to you like you did this wrong, so it's on you to correct it.
And I hope people also do appreciate this risk that we both of us are taking, you know, that we are putting ourselves out there to be like critiqued and to be made fun of by anybody and everybody. You know what I mean?
I could get cancelled any moment, but I'm doing it for you guys.
Yeah, no, but I think it's also very interesting that we just allow ourselves to make those mistakes. And when you make yourself uncomfortable and when you push yourself to make those mistakes, you can also grow so much more. And I feel like that's the thing that anybody and everybody can also learn from, is just put yourself out there and it's just make those mistakes and to learn from those mistakes and do something about it.
That's the Asher preacher mode.
Okay, let's close this thing off. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening to the epilogue of season 1. You guys didn't even know we were going to do it, but we did it. Do share your thoughts in the comments and DM me. Just share whatever you thought about, like what you thought about season 1, what can we do better, what would you like to hear more of. Share, like, and subscribe to the Reaction on Instagram, Spotify and YouTube. Tune in every Tuesday for new episodes. Full hearts, big brains and warm cuddles. So yeah,